Hey, it's Namjoti of Blue Cypress Botanicals again. So all of the broom corn is out of the field, and I am on the final step of bundling the crop together to take it home to my workshop. So I wanted to make a video and show you that part of the process. I'm gonna bundle probably 4 bundles of broom corn, and then you can see all the colors and everything. I'm just using this cord that's for stringing tomatoes. I just at the end, like that, like so. And all of this crop is a little bit too big. I don't want to bundle it all together. I want to make smaller bundles because they're easier to carry and to set up in my shop. I'm gonna divvy this one big bundle up into 4 smaller bundles. Just trying to get the stalks kind of down to the same length. And I just put my cord under the bundle. Put the end through the loop. That helps me to just tighten it down. This is just a temporary bundling because I need to unbundle it once I get it to my workshop so that I can lay it out flat to dry. So this is just a means of carrying it. And then once I get around back to that original piece, I'm just going to tie it in a knot to secure it, a double knot. So now that's my first bundle. So beautiful. Maybe it'll only be 3 bundles. It is. I'm making a live video, so you can come and chat, but you'll be in my video. If you don't care, good. Okay.
Beautiful.
I know, you can't tell that it's so pretty when it's like up in the air.
This is true. Yeah, it is pretty high up there.
Yeah. And then I strip the leaves off too, so you can see all the green and everything underneath. There's the, oh, yeah, the bundles over there. So I think there's going to end up being like 7 bundles total.
Okay. You're just using twine, basically.
From what y'all use to string the tomatoes. It works great. I need a roll of this.
And so after this stage, you're going to hang dry it?
No, I'm going to lay it flat. I could hang it though, you know, but actually it's probably a better use of space. But I'm just going to put the dehumidifier for a couple days. And then most of the seed, but it's hard for me to do. It's so pretty, you know. So I'll save some stalk with seed for like decorative and little ornaments and stuff, but most of it needs to comb out. So we'll see.
So pretty. Yes. All right. That's great.
All right, last bundle. I'm so satisfied with how this harvest has gone because it hasn't been as much a struggle as the last couple of years. Yes, it's hot. Yes, it's rough, and it requires grit, you know, out in the Texas sun. But overall, I feel like I've really been learning from my mistakes. I've learned a lot from mistakes that I've made over the years, and I feel like I'm finally starting to turn a corner. Feeling. You know, I mean, mistakes are inevitable, but if you aren't learning from your mistakes, then that's when the real problem comes in, you know? The real opportunity for growth comes when you can learn from the mistakes of the past. So, what have I learned? I've learned that tabling the broom corn is really important. Harvest time is critical. You can't harvest too early or too late. It has to be just like Goldilocks. It has to be just right. But there is some wiggle room for what's just right. So what's just right might depend on several different factors of what you want your end result to be. I learned that harvesting in the morning is pretty critical. Like, just thinking I can thug it out in the afternoon is not smart. It's not sustainable. Rushing is not sustainable either. And it's unpleasant. Like, the harvest is already itchy and hot and tense. So why make it more unpleasant than it has to be? Like, I actually really enjoyed the harvest because I was created and I started in the morning. I wore a long sleeve shirt when I was harvesting, which kept a lot of the irritants off of my arms and skin. Oh, another thing. So here's the order in which I do things. I table the broom corn, so bending it over so that it's at like between waist and shoulder height. Then going through and cutting at the first knuckle, which through observation I learned that the first knuckle is coinciding with the second leaf. That makes things a lot faster. Instead of looking for the knuckle, I can just count the leaf and cut it there. And then having that little wagon, the tuk-tuk to use, was really helpful. And so putting the harvest also going between the rows, like, it's very windy, which is really good for, not so good for the sound. Going row to row, so after I went through the first row, I stomped all of the remaining stalks down. After I went through the harvest of that first row, I stomped that next row down so that I could table the second row. So I didn't table everything at once. That would have made it really hard to harvest and confusing, I think. I tabled one row at a time. Tabled the first row, harvested, kicked it down. Tabled the second row, harvested, kicked it down, and so on and so forth through the 4 rows. And I feel confident about the drying and curing process, which last year, once I got everything harvested, I was so overwhelmed by what was coming next. I was already exhausted. So this year I just did things in sections. I took 2 days to harvest, and so instead of trying to harvest everything in one afternoon, yeah, and I still have energy. It's 2 o'clock here in the Texas Hill Country. I still have time to go home, put these bundles, lay them out on the workshop floor, get them on a dehumidifier, check on the ones that have been sitting there all day and all night, and start making a plan for which seed heads I want to save back and which seeds I'm going to comb out for actually weaving brooms with, the kitchen brooms. So thanks for following along in the journey, and tune in to the next live video to see what happens next.